Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is that you're listening to this. My good name is Yvette Wanzu, and welcome back to Walking with Wanzu. Now, I hope you've had a good weekend. Oh my gosh, was it not just Friday the other day? In fact, I just want to, while we're on the note of comparing notes of how the weekend just flies by shamelessly and unceremoniously, can we talk about last week? I was on leave last week from Monday to Friday, and the way that week flew by, let me tell you, it was Monday, I closed my eyes, when I opened it, it was Friday, and on Saturday it was time to go back to work. I was just like, where? Time really does fly when you anticipate to just have time to chill and do nothing. But anyway, we all know that sometimes also when you have time to yourself to just chill and do nothing, sometimes it becomes a bit monotonous, and then that monotony breeds boredom, and then now you're just like, what do I do with my life? So I think the balance is necessary. The balance to have a good time, the balance to work, the balance to have some downtime. I think we all need to incorporate all of those in life, right? I'm here because there's something that I saw and I really wanted to share it with you guys. I'm having that thing that we call Sunday evening syndrome. Sunday evening, what is it called? Sunday evening anxiety. You know, and this one, I know everybody can relate with it across board. Whether you're a child and you're going back to school tomorrow, whether you're working and now you have to resume work tomorrow morning on Monday. And those who are not feeling the pressure that comes with Sunday evenings are those who tomorrow morning don't necessarily have to do something real quick or don't have to fit into a certain role that requires them to be up and running on a Monday morning, just to start the week. I've always felt some form of anxiety on Sunday evenings. This used to happen a lot when I was in school. It happens to me a lot now that I am in formal employment. The only time I think I never used to feel it as much, but I still used to feel it kidogo, was when I was self-employed. Because, at the end of the day, see, you're the boss. Anyway, needless to say, how are you? How are you doing? Is life treating you well? Is life being kind to you? If things are going well for you, I celebrate with you. I'm happy for you and I thank God for you. And if you're going through a bit of a rough time, I'm sending you hugs, I'm sending you love, and just know that tough times never last, but tough people do. And whether it's clear to you or not, or you do not even see it, or cannot even bring yourself to fathom that it will, things will get better. The only thing I need you to do is stay hopeful, hold on, and keep fighting. All you need to do is just keep your head above water. And whatever that means to you, if it means staying hopeful, fighting, constantly looking for solutions for whatever it is that you're going through, it is going to get better. Please don't give up, don't give in, keep fighting, things will get better and things will look up in the end. So on that note, I wanted to share a few hacks on just how to trick your feel-good hormones, like how to keep you up and running and keep you on a positive tangent as far as life is concerned and everything that you're doing. Now, we all know that your mental health or your mental wellness plays a huge part in how you generally function as a human. And if you're an adult, for example, you could be a parent, so that's, you're required to parent at optimum. You could be a worker, you could be a spouse, you could be a sister, a brother, you could be a boss, you could be an employee, And so there's so many roles that you need to fit into and that you need to constantly work out and deal with and pursue. I don't know, there's so many roles that you're required to fit into that the best thing you could do for yourself is make sure you're taking care of your mental well-being and of your heart as well. Just within yourself, you need to be okay. You need to operate at possibly even at optimum, so that when you're giving of yourself as a worker, as a parent, as a spouse, as a partner, as an employer, as an employee, you're operating at optimum, right? So there are a few hacks I found on here. I found this on Instagram in a page called Financial Simplified, and I thought I'd plug you in and share this good information. So the first thing is the first hormone that we're trying to trigger and get it to put us on the right road is oxytocin. Oxytocin is also known as the bonding hormone. It's released when we feel connected to people. And one way to stimulate oxytocin is through petting your dog or cat. So all of you pet lovers in the house, can I hear a hello? Can I hear an amen? So if you have a pet in the house, whether it's in the house, in the compound, I think a fish can be a bit tricky to pet, perhaps, but any other pet that you have, especially dogs and cats, because I know they love it when you run your fingers through them and you pet them. Petting them can help to stimulate oxytocin, which, as we said before, is a bonding hormone, which is released when people feel connected. The other one is to give someone a hug. Okay, I know COVID had just come and really spoiled this for us. Honestly, the only thing that has really annoyed me about COVID is how now we just can't hug people the way we, especially for me, like me, you know me, I rarely hug people, but when I hug you, I like to hug you with feeling, you know? And so here we are told, and we can see that giving hugs helps to stimulate oxytocin. Another thing is to cook for a loved one. I love to cook. Especially, I just love to be in the kitchen, minding my own business, listening to some good music or a podcast like the Walking with Wanzu podcast. Shameless plug, hello. And just catch up on things that I'm listening to as I cook. So cooking for a loved one. Another thing, which is one of my favorite things to do, and Aki God, the way you're sitting there taking notes when I pray, I hope that at the end of the day, after all is said and done, one day in life I get to have this, to be able to have someone that I can share life with and reach out for their hand anytime I want. Because the next one, guys, is holding hands. Holding hands also helps to stimulate oxytocin. So if around you, especially if you're a parent and you've noticed that your child likes to hold hands or likes to be touched and all that, please be present and try and do it. And even you as an adult, can we stop this toxic or independence of I don't do PDA? I'm here for PDA. If you want to hold hands with your significant other, if you want to do the most, do it. So holding hands, guys, really helps to stimulate oxytocin. So I hope you can be able to try that. Now, the second hormone that we're going to talk about is serotonin. Serotonin is a mood stabilizer that improves sleep, reduces anxiety, and increases happiness. Aki, hey, let me tell you, I know so many of you in this space who could use with serotonin, and I hope I'm not butchering these names, because I don't remember googling the pronunciation, so I am really praying that I'm not butchering these names. So anyway, serotonin, as I said before, is a mood stabilizer that improves sleep, reduces anxiety, and increases happiness. Now, we could all use with some good sleep, we could all use something that would help reduce anxiety, because of the way sometimes life is just filled with so much anxiety. The number of times I'm constantly feeling anxious and I have to be in a space where I'm trying to control it is so many times. And then, of course, happiness. Who doesn't want to be happy? Who doesn't want to feel good? Yeah? So some of the ways that you can stimulate serotonin is by getting some sunshine. Some of you leave for the office at 6 a.m. and come back home at 8 p.m. So you're leaving when the sun is not yet out and you're coming back when the sun is not, has set. So it's very important for you to carve out time, whether it's during your lunch hour or your tea break. Please just go out and steal some sun. Just get some good sun rays for even if just 5 minutes. It can help stimulate serotonin. And what you'll get out of it is good sleep, less anxiety, and some happiness, which we could all use. Another way that you could stimulate serotonin is to go for a walk. I'm really pro walking. If you're going somewhere and you're not in a hurry and it's close by, I recommend walking. If it's in the evening and you're not in a rush to get home, take a nice stroll. If it's in the morning, the sun is not out here shining with a vengeance, and you feel like you could use some fresh air, maybe go out. If you're in Nairobi, Kenya, try and go out to Arboretum or Karura, take a nice long stroll, enjoy yourself. So walking helps stimulate serotonin. Another thing that helps stimulate serotonin is practicing meditation, guys. Kwanza, if you're those people who are like me and your brain is always out here talking and doing the most and working overtime, you really need to learn how to meditate. I don't think there's any footprint or like, you don't need to pay huge sums of money to go and find someone who can help you do this. Go to YouTube University. Such. And if you find something that works for you, practice it. Just don't be too much in the extreme. Like, try and find some nice calm music. Just put yourself somewhere nice and calm. Maybe if it's inside your car when you're parking at the basement, or if it's in your house when you can feel 10 minutes of silence, meditate. It really helps. Another thing is to do some cardio. You know, those of you who are deep into exercise, some swimming, just to get that serotonin hormone up and running. The other hormone is endorphins. Now, this one we speak about a lot, especially when we're talking exercise. And endorphins are the brain's natural painkiller. It reduces stress and increases pleasure. And I don't know about you, but me, I'm all about pleasure and less stress. I mean, see, we just advocate for soft living. Well, please, it's not all the time violence and struggle. Sometimes we can just live well. Sometimes we can just be happy. And endorphins is exactly where it's at. So you need that natural, the brain's natural painkiller to reduce stress and to increase pleasure. And some of the ways that you can stimulate endorphins is by doing some exercise. Please, let's just hit the gym. Find a gym. And if you don't want to hit the gym, then exercise at home. Do a little something, skip some rope, run up and down the stairs, do I don't know what. And even while we're on that note of talking about exercise, something that I really want to start doing is, after I wake up at 4 a.m. and do my prayers, is to run up and down the stairs. I'm blessed to live in apartments where we have, goes all the way up to the 10th floor, and I live somewhere in between, and I would love to be able to at least run a couple of floors and then just come back and take a shower and feel like I'm fresh to start the day. So that's something that I am really trying, and I've been thinking about it since last year, but I'm conscious about trying it. The other thing that stimulates endorphins is burning essential oils. Please, let's come with the eucalyptus, the cedri, the who, the what. Burn essential. Is eucalyptus even an oil? I don't know, but you know what essential oils are. And even if you're not that much into oils, then you could try candles, some nice scented candles. You could try incense. It all does, like, there's something about aromatherapy that just puts you in a good space. I have tried it, I love it, and I highly recommend. Eat some dark chocolate. Me, I'm heavy on dark chocolate. I'm not such a fan of white chocolate and brown chocolate, but dark chocolate, especially when I was expectant, it used to hit a certain spot. So dark chocolate apparently does help stimulate endorphins, and me, I'm here for it. So eat some dark chocolate. And then finally, watch some comedy. Just get on Instagram, get some funny reels, watch, laugh until you cry. Just have a good time. Watch something funny, Google something on YouTube, and then shout out to all those people who are always putting funny things on their WhatsApp status and on their Instagram. Like, let me tell you, actually on Instagram, I want to shout out Bright Gameli, the meme lord, otherwise called. He really, like, on a bad day for me, I'll go to his Instagram stories and I will just laugh. I will laugh, and I promise you, there are certain pages, and when I get them, I'll plug you guys. You can always go on and get something funny. And if you're having just a hard day, you're trying to get a pick-me-up or something just to give you a bit of sunshine, please try and watch some funny content. It will really put you in a good mood. The other hormone, and this is the last but not least, is dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good neurotransmitter that drives your brain's reward system. This is it. So also known as feel-good hormones. So how do we stimulate dopamine? By listening to upbeat music. Me, I don't know about you, but me, I feel like I'm an old soul. Anytime I listen to How Tupac is just out here praising women, I really feel happy. I just, depending on what mood I'm in, because my taste in music is extremely versatile, but I'm highly inclined to old school R&B and rap. It really takes me to another level. I know times when I'll be listening to Hall of Fame by The Script and I'm just out here psyching myself up, pumping myself up. So please listen to upbeat music that cheers you, music that has a nice, some nice beats that you can't even help but swing kidogo and sway a little bit. So try and listen to some upbeat music. You can also eat a sweet treat. All of you, come here with the ice cream and the cookies and the what. Something that I really love to do is to get me some ice cream, especially Choco Bomb. The one that's ice cream and then it's covered in chocolate. Chocobomb does things to me, let me just tell you. And I've introduced my daughter to it. So sometimes we'll go on an evening walk, and then we'll pass by the supermarket and get some Chocobomb ice cream and just eat and just have some giggles and a good time, and then we walk back home. And that, for us, it really puts us in a good space, especially on a Sunday like this one, when we're all looking forward to going into Monday, and you're just like, oh no, for my daughter it's school, for me it's work. It just helps. It helps stimulate the dopamine, which is the feel-good hormone, if I may say so. And then get a good night's sleep. Okay, adults, here we are suffering, and as I speak to you, I'm preaching to myself as well. Me, I don't know what happens. I get into bed, that's when I can make time to do everything else but sleep. Now is when I want to think about all my problems. Now is when I want to rework my budget. Now is when I want to think about that new hairstyle I want to try. Now is when I want to start Googling things, finish up on my YouTube video, you do what on which podcast. Please try and prioritize getting a good night's sleep. 7 to 8 hours sleep, just getting good rest can really go a long way in putting you in the right mood or mental space. So try and prioritize, and slowly, because it's something, if your sleep pattern has been altered and it's really bad, it takes a while to change it and get it back into the right routine. But please try and do it. If you need to set alarms, if you need to create clear boundaries, if you need to put your phone away when you're sleeping. Like I used to date this guy who he used to have his phone go off automatically at 10 p.m. and then go on at 5 a.m. And I really used to respect how he had respect for his sleep, because, well, some of us. And then complete a small task. Like, I don't know if you people do this, but at work, and I did this because sometimes I have a tendency to forget a lot of things, I write a to-do list. And when you complete one of the tasks, able to go there and tick it, just feel good and tell yourself, wow, you've completed that. That helps stimulate dopamine. Now, I don't know about you, but even just going through this one more time with you guys has helped me learn a lot. And I really hope that you're able to exercise this, and that you can share this with someone who could really use this information. I'm looking forward to be able to just share some of the things that I'm going through, but also once I find something that I am trying to use and implement that I feel is very knowledgeable and would be useful to you, I am more than happy to come and share it with you. Do feel free to slide into my DMs on Instagram at Yvette Wanzu and tell me some of the topics that you would love for us to discuss. I am open and willing to be able to do just that. I am sending you so much love and so much sunshine, and I am encouraging you deeply. Please take care of yourself. There's no spare part for bodies, and there's no rehearsal for life. We're not at rehearsing and then I will come back and live life properly. It's now, imagine. It's now. It's do or die. It's now or never. So please live your life, live it well, live it to optimum level, but also take good care of yourself. Rest, encourage yourself, love on yourself, be gracious to yourself. Are you not God's gift to mankind? Because me, when I look at you, that's all I see is a gift. So please treat yourself just as that, as a gift. God bless you, and I will see you on the next time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.